Infection at HBO's The Last of Us is actually based on this very real parasitic fungus that turns certain insects into zombies.
Growing from her head, that is the fruiting body that contains the spores.
The creators of the game and the new show were inspired by zombie carpenter ants specifically. They even gave the bugs a quick cameo.
So it's a pretty cool Easter egg that's in the game.
The zombies in The Last of Us go through 4 stages of infection which have parallels in nature. Wired spoke to an expert on the real fungus referenced in The Last of Us
Those are a lot of spores.
to compare those zombies with similar examples in nature. Most zombies in TV and film are depicted as reanimated corpses, but not in The Last of Us.
Viruses can make us ill, but fungi can alter our very minds.
One thing it does right, where a lot of movies do it wrong, is that the infected are still alive when they're manipulated. There's lots of examples of this in nature.
The brains of living crickets, cockroaches, and even mammals can get hijacked by different types of zombie parasites that alter their behavior. New research shows that gray wolves get infected with toxoplasma by interacting with cougars and their feces, which carry the parasite.
Those that are infected are more risk-taking, more bold, becoming the leader of the pack. The behaviors that we're seeing are rather complex.
And in the case of ants, the cordyceps parasite spreads throughout the body as a yeast, which secretes chemicals that behave similarly to neurotransmitters in the brain.
It looks like the fungus is avoiding the nervous tissue. It's not chewing on it, it's not eating it. These cells might be close to the brain and then secretes molecules that's manipulated in such a way that behaves so precisely to help this fungus spread.
In the first stage, the infected humans don't show outward signs of their condition.
In the beginning, the ants don't behave differently. After a few days, you see that the behavior of the ants definitely is changing.
In the video game, it starts with a twitch.
Twitching, we also see this in our ants. They seem to have sometimes whole body convulsions. The fungus is producing a compound that is similar to aflatrim. Certain fungi produce this, and when an animal ingests this, they get Stagger's syndrome. So they get these tremors.
Then the humans in The Last of Us get a little hyper, moving at high speed as if stimulated by chemicals excreted by the fungus. A similar thing happens with the zombies in Professor De Becker's lab.
They're out and about all times of the day, in constant locomotion.
Soon, The Last of Us runners lose the ability to speak. So do infected ants, in a sense.
They don't communicate so well with other nestmates anymore. Ants will sniff each other out with their antennae. The smell of these ants definitely change. So if an ant starts to smell differently because she is sick, they basically will kill her and put her on a discard pile.
There might be a similar social immunity dynamic at play in The Last of Us.
I see a pile of humans infected by this fungus and sprouting mushroom bodies. Definitely a pile I wouldn't want to get near, you know?